Thank you to our live studio audience. We appreciate you. I'm Dylan,
I'm Kevin.
and this is
Sense
Sense
of
of
Direction.
Direction. How you been, man?
I've been living life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of TV
A lot
or
of
movies.
movies.
Yeah.
Any highlight? Any standout?
I finished Beef season 2, and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
pretty good. Honestly,
Yeah.
you should watch it. It's
I'm on like episode 2.
oh, you started it?
Yeah, I started
Dude,
it.
it gets so good. It's not as wait. Have you seen the first season?
Yes.
Okay, it's not as like
That's what I
hectic,
feel
but
like.
it's still it still has that build and
Yeah. It's definitely like a misdirection of
yeah, it's really funny too.
Yeah.
I loved it. What about you?
I am interested in that. I've caught up. Have you heard of Hacks?
Hacks?
Yeah.
Hacks?
HACK?
No.
Okay. It's like about a stand-up comedian in Las Vegas. She hires a writer to like help refresh her stuff, and then things happen. Show business, character development.
It's a show or a movie?
It's a show.
Oh.
5 seasons.
Damn.
But I think they're like 30-minute episodes.
Okay.
It's pretty
It's bearable.
easy. Yeah. Outside of that, I think honestly, I like it because it kind of like shows like what an actual writer does like behind the scenes in Hollywood, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're talking about pilots, like
Yeah.
getting credit on like specials and stuff. And so it kind of makes you think of like what are all of these possibilities in life? Because when I was in college, I didn't even know that my major was an option for a major until I was on my 3rd major.
Wait, what was your major?
Huh?
What was your major?
What I graduated in was film and media studies.
Oh, yeah, you told me this.
And so I just didn't realize that was like a thing. Like obviously like now like that makes sense. There's film schools and whatever. I just didn't realize that was like a program held in other places. Like I thought that was something you had to like go to.
Yeah.
It was not. So I think it just goes to show that like there's so many possibilities out there.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Literally.
We are talking about, since it's graduation season right now.
Yep.
Congratulations, grads.
Class of 2026.
Yeah. It's kind of the top financial moves for you to make as a new grad. Any thoughts? You want to go straight into it?
I'm thinking. I just saw that door open and I thought it was a ghost.
Oh, no. That's our live studio audience.
Okay, yeah, get back over there. So basically, you're riding off that high of graduation and you threw your cap up in the air. You're feeling like $1 million. Obviously, you want to enjoy the freedom a little bit, so go out, have a good time, do what you got to do.
Yeah, celebrate.
Celebrate.
You accomplished a very cool thing.
Like you said, the possibilities are endless. What you want to do is you want to think, since the possibilities are so endless, we want to prepare for those possibilities. And the best way to do that is to have a good financial plan. Just think of it as like a good backbone, like a good foundation to kind of propel you to whatever direction you want to go in, And you want to have a couple priorities. You want short-term, midterm, and long-term plans. Short-term could be just that year. Like, what do you want to do within that? I don't know, maybe you're taking a gap year, maybe you're continuing, maybe doing more education, whatever you're doing. So it's short-term, 12 months, midterm, 2 to 5 years. Long-term, it's retirement and when you got gray hairs. You want to have all those brewing in your head, and have good plans implemented so that you have a good life.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like you plan out your entire life right now as a freaking, what is it? Like, what are you, like 22 or something?
2, 3.
Yeah. That sounds about right. 22, 23. You're an early 20-something. You do not have to plan out your entire life right now. We are just saying it is good to kind of like make sort of an outline of like where you would like to see yourself. So just kind of think about like what is most important to you. Is it a career? Do you need to go on like improve your resume and find a job that you really like in your field? Do you just want like extra experience? Are you an artist? Do you just need to build up your portfolio? You know, like whatever that is to you, it's up to you. But just kind of figure that out for yourself. It's a lot harder to just kind of like well, I guess it's a lot easier to just get swept up with the life of like, oh man, I have to go to work and then I go to bed and then I go to work and then I go to bed, you know, and then you have no time for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So it's important to kind of like build your life and live your life as you're doing it. And aside from your plan, the first thing after that would be to create an emergency fund. We always say kind of start with a basic, save $1,000, and then after you get that $1,000, that's kind of like your little safety cushion.
Yeah.
Then start to kind of do a budget. I know it's, you know, whatever. We always say that, but like it is important.
It is very important.
And if you would like a more detailed explanation on how to start a budget, what that looks like, we have an episode over that. But outside of your $1,000, once you get that saved, you should figure out your fixed expenses for the next 3 to 6 months, or like how much are your fixed expenses for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So that way, if you have to leave a job or something, you still have like money to live off of while you have a little bit of time to search for something new.
Yep. And you might, I don't know your situation, but some people acquire, you know, student loans, or if you're lucky, you probably had a credit card during college and maybe you racked it up just because life ain't cheap. So you want to start tackling debt, because that's going to kind of slow down your budgeting and, you know, all your short-term, long-term, and midterm goals. So you want to really have a good idea of your debt, what you need to pay off. Maybe you have a car, maybe you got a car over the summer or something. Just come up with a plan, which is why it's important to budget, so you kind of know where your money needs to go.
Yeah.
So you can start kind of building towards a good future, you know, after college. Because I mean, during college, I never went to college, so I'll just say that. But and you lived on campus, right?
Yeah, for a few years.
Yeah. So you kind of get used to like.
Yeah, you're kind of like set into like one familiar community and that.
Then you get jolted into the world.
Yeah. And it's always just good to like always know what your debt balance is if you do have debt, if you do have student loans, just because the interest rates on those, like the longer you wait to pay them off, like the more, you know, like you might have taken a loan out for like $20,000 and then you waited 10 years to pay that off, and now it's like you're paying off $40,000.
Yeah. We have an episode on that, right?
Yes, we do have a managing debt episode. And that's how interest works against you. Where interest works for you is our next step of start investing early. Please, please, please. If you are 18, if you're early 20s or something and you have not saved for your retirement, I know you're like, well, I just turned 18. I'm barely alive. Why should I think about that? Because interest will grow for you. Yeah. Investing for your retirement is so about the time than it is about the money.
Yeah.
The earlier you put in, the more it has time to grow for you. So you could, you know, it has literally nothing to do with how much you put in at the first time. So there's a couple different types of retirement accounts. If you are a new college grad and you're getting I will say corporate job. I'm sure there are other jobs that have that, but like corporate jobs are mostly the ones that have this. They will have a 401k. If your job offers you a 401k, freaking take it. Take it, because most of the time, if they're already offering you a 401k, then they will probably do contribution matches, and really read on that. Yeah. So like they will match whatever you put into your 401k. And so what is that? That's basically free money. I mean, yeah. There are a couple things with retirement funds. Like for a 401k, generally, you must wait until you're at least 59 and a half, apparently, to access the money without paying a penalty. Outside of 401ks, the most common things that you hear about for retirement are IRAs. An individual retirement account, basically, if you start maxing out your contributions at 18 to any IRA, by the time you retire, you will be a millionaire if you start at 18.
That's
so
good
there's
incentive. That's good incentive.
Yeah. And there's a couple different IRAs. We did do an episode about this, but we're just going to kind of like...
We'll touch up on it.
Yeah.
And I think if I remember correctly, hopefully I do, I think, isn't the max like 7K?
Yeah, now. I think, yeah.
Okay, my memory serves me.
It could be 7,500, but I think 7,000 is good.
I think yearly. I think, there's also like tax brackets,
they recently updated it. And that's also because you can have 2 different IRA accounts. And again, we really break this down in our IRA episode.
But the difference is, or the 2 types are traditional IRA. I just combined both. All 3 of them. Traditional IRA and Roth IRA. The traditional IRA is tax deductible in the year they're made, which is a good incentive to start now. Withdrawals are taxed as ordinary income. These are subject to required minimum distributions when you reach a certain age, depending on the year you were born. And I think it's like, is it 60?
Yeah, we'll say, because that first one is 90 or 59 and a half. So I want to say 60 is a good, just generalization.
And then we have the Roth IRA. And the Roth IRAs are, they're not entirely tax-free. While you pay taxes on the initial contribution, since they're made with post-tax dollars, taxes will apply to any earnings. Contributions will grow tax-free, which is a good sign. And a penalty and tax-free after 5 years and age, we'll say 60.
We'll say 60, yeah. The main difference is just when those accounts are taxed, like if you're putting in already taxed money versus money that you haven't paid taxes on yet. And so it just depends on like when you take it out, if you're paying taxes or when you're not taking.
It's like when you're putting it in, if you pay taxes on it, and when you're taking it out, either you're paying a penalty and taxes or just taxes.
Yeah. So kind of like all of these things, make a plan, create your emergency fund, getting out of debt, and then investing. That is all like setting you up. Like those are like the core adult things that you need to do to like just baseline save yourself in your adulthood and also save yourself for retirement.
I wish I would have done that at 18, honestly.
Yeah. That time over amount, man. But they don't teach us that stuff. They don't know. So that's why we're here.
They don't want you to win.
So overall, the last and final step is just to build your systems now, because life gets busy. You forget. You spend more than you planned. Some easy things to do is automate your bills. And on top of your bills...
Know your bills.
Know your bills. But you can also automate your investing and your savings. So just do that for peace of mind. If you have to, okay, well, actually, I need an extra $200 this week because of XYZ, you just transfer it out of your savings. But like knowing that, okay, every paycheck, I have some going to my savings, I have some going to my investments. Like you just don't have to worry about it. Something I will add is, and maybe we should do an episode about this, but lifestyle creep is a real thing.
Lifestyle creep?
Yeah. So it's like, no. It's just like a term. It's basically where people don't adjust their budget. So like, okay, you start out at an entry-level position, and then 2 years go by, you get a little pay raise, and then you get a little pay raise, but you never adjust your actual budget with that. So like each time you get a new pay bump, you're like, I have so much extra money. It's a good thing. You should figure out each time you have an altercation or an alteration to your pay, you should redo your budget. Even if that's just like an extra $1 an hour or something. Like you should refigure that instead of just being like, well, I get, an extra $50 a week or something or whatever. As you can tell, I can't really do math.
Well, the whole time here, I was thinking like what you were saying was a good thing, not a bad thing. I was like not changing your budget.
Well, that's it.
I was thinking more of like, no, you're right. You should always, if you have more money, you want to do something with the more money.
Yeah, and like that could just be like, okay, well now instead of saving $50 from my paycheck, I can save $100. Like try to do it that way. So And then obviously, this is life. Like we're supposed to enjoy our life. If you want to like do something, or you want to buy a new car, or you want to buy a house or something, just kind of go back to step number one of like figure out what is important to you. Do
Yeah.
you want a new car? Do you want a family? Like families are so expensive.
But the good thing is you can buy them online, and that's the best part about it.
That is true. But I think like I was talking with my boss Scott yesterday, and he's like, kids are like roughly about like $250,000 like for the time that you
Sorry,
spend, and that
Mom.
probably
Sorry,
is
Dad.
more now.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely more. 400,000?
oh, 300,000. Okay, so see, it keeps going up. Those suckers are expensive. But if it's important to you, you just need to figure out how to like, okay, I
Because the
need,
kids are playing Fortnite, that's why. All those
So
V-Bucks.
yeah.
No, yeah, that is crazy though.
Or like vacations. Maybe it's really important to travel. Like
Yeah.
you need to figure out how to like make the things that are important in your life like work out. And
Yeah.
it's way easier to do that when you actually can like see it listed in front of you versus just being like, oh, well, I see I have this number in my account. I'll just take it all out and go do something. You know?
Living La Vida Loca. Yeah. I was over here thinking, I automate all my investing now, and it is helpful because I don't have
Yeah.
to think about it. But what I need to do is I need to start adjusting because I did get a raise, but I'm still like living like I didn't get a raise, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna hop on that.
That's where you're splurging on the 3 Red
Yeah,
Bulls.
that's exactly why. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, reiterating, it's your 20s, you just graduated, live that part up, but, like, also know that, like, future you will appreciate if you lay down foundation to, like,
Yeah.
grow, like, along where you want to go. Um, you don't have to have everything figured out, but if you have these 5 things kind of
I feel like if you have this,
done.
you have a lot more. You have less stress and a lot more leeway to actually figure out like what you want to do with your life. You know,
Yeah.
because I'm sure we've talked about in many episodes. Like financial stress is terrible. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't. It's not a way. Like there's no way to survive and live like that and like think of the future because you're just thinking of how to get out of either debt or just like a crappy job or like like it's
Yeah. Or you're
this.
worried about how you're paying rent
Yeah, like
or
this is a really good foundation because it gives you the liberty to be like, okay, like if I don't like my job, or I don't know, if I don't like my major and I switch it, like, cool, I can do that. I got money in the bank, I can fall back on, and yeah, just
yeah, I
it's
think
freedom,
it's also
peace of
easier
mind.
to work kind of backwards from your big goals.
Yeah,
You know, like if you ask yourself like where would I like to see myself when I'm 35 or something?
hmm
Like you can kind of work backwards of like, okay, well these are the steps that I have to do now as a 22-year-old to get there when I'm 35. And obviously that might change. Like
yeah,
plans always change. Life really does throw you curveballs, but as long as you kind of know like where you would like to go, like I feel like that helps. And so these
something
5
to
things
aim at.
help with the foundation, like we said. And then there's just it kind of covers your bases so that the rest of your life you can kind of figure it out. You
Yeah,
can do whatever. So
so go out there, kiddos, and
yeah.
have a good time.
The goal isn't just to make money, it's to make your money build the life you actually want.
They're wise words.
Yeah. And that has been
And the screen just blows up.
our heads are going crazy.